Greetings, thank you for joining us at the broadcast. Okay, tonight is the moon, and I'm just putting this out there of the moon creating our reality. So I woke up like at 2 o'clock in the morning and just had that idea in my head. Now I've thought about that here and there in the past, but I was kind of blocked from it. But they're slowly, I guess, allowing to make it more known. Now, channel energy with it, let's see where we get with it. But um, now is the moon like is it hollow or is it from a is it alien? Is it a ship or some kind of it's or a vessel. So just putting that out there. Not that any of us have actually been there physically. Well, that we're aware of. But it does, at least the energy I received from it, that's what's creating our reality. It's part of it. It's not all of it. There's also felt also two other moons that we're not seeing. They're in a different dimension. It feels like, but they are there. They're helping us in our. I'm not sure what they're doing exactly, but it's not just the moon that's creating our reality. There's something else, but they're not showing it. So, but a lot of our reality also is created by China. A lot of inventions, a lot of society, um, just society itself was a lot of it came from China. Let's put it that way. As we said, we have a virus right now from China, and so it makes sense. It just they energy. Yeah, this is like from early this morning, so I had to get up 5 o'clock in the morning this morning. So like, so yeah, but 2 o'clock in the morning, and yeah, that was kind of surreal. But anyway, I'll go into details of that. But I feel like China was kind of brought here to create our reality. Like with Atlanteans, they're all don't know what the hell they're doing, or everything kind of went out of whack or out of synchronization. And then China became more of a power. Like it was already here, but then it activated itself. It's like when your world loses control, you know, China takes over, something like that. Oh, they weren't very clear about that one. But there's yeah, it's like a very bizarre. It's like another planet, basically. When you connect to China, it feels like you're on another world, and you pretty much are. Look at the language. Just the language itself is in Mongolia, other places. Yeah, it just kind of. So they're like the fathers of our reality, you can say, or parents, whatever you want to call it. It's not just Anunnaki. It's a little bit of everybody. Everybody has a little contribution, but China played a big role in our civilization of being developed, or the Asian world. It all connects together in the long run, but China felt like it played a big role in our reality we're living in, our third dimension reality. So obviously, there's going to be a lot of mysteries there. It's not going to be as completely clear, but we're allowed to get some kind of insight little by little. So we are going to an awakening. It's slow, but it is in some kind of process. So as some might feel. As for the election, we might find out December 14th where that's going. It did have some progress today, a little bit on it, but not much. But it's possible. I don't think it's going to happen, but like the director of CIA getting fired, but I don't think it's going to happen. But I believe they still had a direct connection to this, no matter what anybody says. People say, "Oh, I'm not feeling that." I still feel it. It's there. So anyway, all right, we connect to moon energies, and that's where we go there with that. And I'm not sure what else there is. Yeah, that's all I would do. I was still going to do a Draconian or a reptilian connection for a little bit, and we'll go into other energies, other aspects. So let's see if they ever have anything to say. I think they do. All right. This is ivantower.com. Our private sessions. We have the one on a channel, a Google Hangout, Zoom, and chatting by phone. We have the shop here. I'm on the 12th, I think. I didn't get anything done on that today. It's been a long day. Same situation here. Sign up for webinars. They have a webinar Saturday. What is this? Social network, Rabbit, and behind the scenes. I was going to do an update there, but I don't have any energy. So, all right. Okay. All right, blessings. There's other things I'm going to show here, but I forgot about it, so I'll just have to do it some other day. So, oh yeah, the squid, the octopus. I'll go into that. Maybe we'll see how this goes. So, all right, blessings. Here we go. Greetings to you. This is the Draconian from the Alpha Draconians. Greetings to your lovely civilization. Yes, there are going to be clues of your reality slowly being brought to you. Some of these things you might have already known, but wasn't quite sure. And still there might be some uncertainty, but one clue leads to another, and over time you process into your reality what works for you. Now, yes, realities are constantly shifting. So, when somebody goes to the moon, like China, no surprise there. Publicly, no surprise there. Why everybody else is shadow. So, when anyone goes to the moon, they'll probably see nothing. For the most part, they might get a visitation, possibly, but it all depends. There's many shifts that go on everywhere. I mean, there's a shift where there's a lot of aliens there, and there's a shift there when there's nobody there. They're there, you just don't see them. So there's always a reality in flux to give you an understanding. So there are cover-ups, of course, but we'll just let you connect with that on your own. Can't always make everyone happy with what's happening on the planet, of course, or outside your planet. So yes, society is being prepared for a new way of looking at itself. A new reality. It's like it's unfolding right in front of you. Yes, many lockdowns, of course. And expect more. Well, temporary ones. They are shutting down third dimension energies, as you can see. It's getting humans ready for lights out. It doesn't mean lights out. But basically, you're shifting into another timeline. Doesn't mean it's the end of the world. It doesn't mean any of the catastrophes people feel like it's going to happen. Your minds, yes, many minds are connected to those realities, are connected to the dark sides of themselves. That doesn't mean it's going to bring into this reality. As this reality has its own voice. And it doesn't always want to show itself, as your election isn't very clear at this time. Done on purpose, of course. So you are being shifted into another way of looking at things. This is part of the awakening. Many humans still are very hard-headed, which is done by design, which also makes many of you in the enlightenment stage to become even lighter, to go even further into crazy land. or fourth dimensional land or fifth dimension, allow more of that level to get even stronger with you? Will you believe it within yourself even more? As humanity kind of stays in its humanity's already been in a lockdown for like centuries. This is nothing new. It's called a job. It's called daily life. It's just not called a lockdown. It's just called work. But I think you understand what we're getting at. A lot of souls that are new here are still learning great deals about themselves that are controversial. Meaning that some souls here have been very controlling in other realities, and some are coming down from their ego train, and they're here on this world. Yeah, it's a rehabilitation for those that have controlled the universe at one time. Always had an influence there, yes. Some of you might feel those energies because it's very diverse. It's there. But this doesn't mean you're on December 21st, everything is going to become all new and everyone's just going to be flying around in spaceships and everyone's going to be kissing each other. It's just going to be one big giant family. But we can say, going forward, without adding a date to anything, unlocking your reality is going to become more easier for, we'll say, many of you. As this is, it's, say what you want about reptilians. We do have keys to the kingdom. We're not the only ones, there are others too. But if you take it seriously and don't shoot the messenger, I don't believe many of you are, but you understand. Just have an open mind. You'd be surprised what you can receive from those that you might find skeptical of connecting to, and then find out, well, maybe there is more to this connection. As for your moon energy, your moon, what is all that about? Of course, is it creating your reality? It is far more than what they have said it is in your public. And how convenient that no one's ever visiting it again publicly. We're just going to leave that to rumor, and those of you who have already made your decision of that. Humans didn't land on the moon. Yeah, many regretted it too. It's like many was like, what the hell did we just walk ourselves into? Especially when they find out that other humans have already been there. Whoops. And ancient humans have been there too. Now, how they know that, we'll just leave that in the air right now. So, there's a lot about your world that's kind of kept secret. Not many. Obviously, you can say whatever we want about the moon. It's not like many of you are on there right now to see for yourself. If you're on the moon itself, for those that are already there right now as you're speaking, you probably just see just a bunch of rock and nothing else. But that's a reality that's being put there to keep you out of their hair. And sometimes reptilian beings appear. Sometimes Zeta. It all depends on who wants to make an appearance. Obviously, the moon is also a touchy subject, meaning that not all of us can go into detail. But that saying that shows that it is much more than what's been spoken about. There's always going to be conspiracy theories on it, of course, and continue to do so. The China energy that brought China is kind of like the grandfather of your reality. It brought a lot of new ideas that other beings did not even conceive. They were invited here some time ago. Some of them come from the ocean, but not all. As some of you might feel like you're part of different civilizations of your ancient world. And there are also alien beings that have not been channeled that will be eventually. That would be beings that have already been documented. Some of them documented by Russians will be eventually connected to when the time is right. They just don't have anything to say at this time. That's another reason why a lot of them haven't been speaking. So you can say I'm like a representative of where things are going from where are things going. Basically, astrally, many of you are getting upgrades. You might not. Well, if you feel tired, drizzly, you feel like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah, that's what's going. You're obviously where your United States is going to be in limbo for good reason. Once again, that's also the hidden hand. Well, it is changing hands, but it's much more. We can't predict anything. This decision of who's going to be president was done a long time ago. 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Yeah. So your vote does count, but how is another question. How does it count? I mean, where does that fit in really? So it's part of the third dimensional process. It's serving third dimension. Voting is serving third dimension. Third dimension needs food. Humans feed it to create your reality. Game show hosts do create your reality. Alex Trebek, a great Draconian himself. Yes, he has other connections, but also Draconian, a master magician. To continue your reality as it is, everything is normal. This is a normal reality. There's no fuckery here. Then again, yes, there is. Yes, you have actors that are brought here to create the show called Your Reality. And that is now, and there's a breaking point. It's not going to break down instantly. But many of you are going to have your own conspiracy theories, which is fine, of different aspects of your reality as it slowly begins to wane away. It's not going to disappear, fade out quickly, but some of you are going to start seeing things much differently. We say embrace the strangeness. It is part of your growth. It's part of you. And isn't it more exciting than what you're living today? It's like you're throwing color on a canvas that's kind of depressing or bleak or doesn't have much excitement. It's like, you see like a dystopian reality and add a flower to it. Add some trees, add some sunlight, cheer it up a little bit. Your Chicago is going through a great deal of depression due to Draconian energies, yes. But that doesn't mean Draconians are there to cause suppression too. Some of them are. It's like walking things down as the world changes. Doesn't mean you can't go outside or anything like that. But the walk down, it means that things are really getting on their way. There's different phases of it. And you're not out of the woods completely. These are all temporary, once again. Your YouTube is going to start taking things a little bit more seriously in the alien matter. Not in a bad way, actually. More about curiosity. As long as you're not scaring people. I mean, obviously when you're talking, that's scary enough. But, when you're just not paranoiing people, no paranoia, it will be kind. Just to let you know. I think people want to know. Because a lot of things are being censored, but it is a time of enlightenment. Yes, you're going to go into strange times. You're already there, and it's about to take its next step. All right. That's all I have. This is Draconian. Greetings, blessings, and see you soon. Greetings to you. This is Orion. The aspect of Orion. Greetings to your society, your well-being, your coexistence. As Orion beings, you feel like they are different families of Orion. Many do feel like they are the fathers of your planet in a positive way. Some might see differently. As Orion is not a difficult star to see in your sky. It plays a big part in your evolution. Now, as all empires get corrupted, the same thing with Orion. It became darker over time. It was missing a great deal of its journey, as it did bring a lot of enlightenment to other civilizations. But with that enlightenment brought darkness. It's like you can only be light so long, darkness will find us. And it certainly did. To what was beautiful is now controlled. And your world is one of the planets. There are others that have been under lockdown, but this has been going on for thousands of years. Yes, your moon is a satellite. It is a communications device. And there are other energies that are connecting through your moon to project a reality, a consciousness that beings want you to experience for their own self, not always selfishness, their own self-warning. And you are connected to other realities of other beings, basically. That's here. And some would add technology, and now you have technology. It's just those that have access to your program called Earth. The program of Earth, some of you are seeing through the lines as it's going through an upgrade, but also a shift of management. But also, yes, your squid or your octopus, yes, is known as some of the most powerful beings in your universe. Some of them have taken human form. Some of them don't have exactly the nicest table manners. But some of them are, yes, beautiful, but others are also controlling, as you're warning here. So a lot of your political systems are galactic, are alien, truly are. Yes, they have a human form to it, a human people, human agenda, but there's another layer of a galactic agenda that you're not, well, some of you aren't seeing. It's not always clear either. There's actually a lot of tall white presence here, and those are part of the more positive Orion beings, are basically to keep you from destroying each other. There is like a presence here throughout the planet to keep it from incinerating itself. As some reptilians would just, wipe it away. Just wipe this world out. It has gone too far on so many different levels, and it has. But it still has a purpose. Well, its purpose is uniting, many other beings. Beings that absolutely cannot stand each other. The feline and the reptilian, but there's much more. The octopus is, a strange one, isn't it? That is a multi-dimensional being that does not feel like it has to have a human form to be powerful, to be dominant, to be understood. If many look at that and just disagree with it, but as you go into more of an enlightenment, you'll see more of what your Earth really is. As your oceans are very alien, your insects are very alien, and humans are going to have to begin to see that more clearly because most have looked away. But those that are exploring the ocean see it's like they're already connected to the alien world, and you're looking for the skies, but the oceans say so much more. It's like hidden in plain sight, but you have to go into the ocean to see it. It's like going into astral, you can say. So it is here, but hidden, but not hidden. So your alien presence has always been here, right in front of you. You just have to know where to look. Yes, you have animal beings, for sure, but the ocean beings truly show how alien your universe truly is. As some of those aquatic beings look very realistic as alien presence, can be terrifying, also wonderful at the same time. Your fish are there to balance that energy, to bring that knowledge to you. You can thank Sirius for that. Sirius, Sirius B, Sirius A, the Sirius constellation is all about alien disclosure, of course, but without disclosing it. It's like, here's some alien beings. Now, we're going to go now and not call them aliens. Here's an elephant. Here's a rhino. But we're not going to put the word alien to any of those things, even if that's what they are. It's for you to decipher it. So, yes, you've been surrounded by it this whole time, but it has not made itself known. So now is a time of society getting off of its horse of cluelessness. Of humans are distracted greatly. For some, it's the best thing that ever happened to them. Because you find out how alien your world truly is. As some of you have encountered mantis beings, or just a little mantis. And I was like, that's not. What is that thing? The mantis do play a dominant role in your universe, as some of you have encountered that. So basically, you're going into a time of forgetting politics and discovering your world for what it really is. What has it been putting right in front of you this whole time that most are not seeing? So this is a part of humanity's energy is going to have difficulties, bringing this into their reality. You're used to People magazine, you're used to the movies, but then you're going to start living the movie itself of discovery. This is why the movie industry is kind of falling apart. It's done its job. It'll still be around, but it's not going to have the same impact as it is. Because now you're going to discover the movie that you're in, called your reality. And the moon base that brings information to you is part of this too. As the moon is shifting to allow this information to be said. It's all timing too, yes. The moon is very connected to your timelines that keeps your world steady. It's like a steady flow. And many of you, yes, have been trying to break free of this reality. We know who you are. Trust me, we know. And it's very frustrating for some. Yes, there are clues everywhere. Yes, follow your soul, follow your ambitions of what you want to unlock. We feel also, yes, the feline energies. Yes, have a message actually. So, blessings. Greetings to you. We are the felines from Atlantis. We are connected to the Lyrans. Greetings. The human form, shape, yes, is given much credit to the Anunnaki, but much of it is a combination of different beings. A lot of it is still the feline, but there are other energies here that don't want to be named at this moment. Well, you're very connected to the Syrians too. So you have a Syrian touch and Orion touch. You have all multiple connections. As the human has been seen as like one of the more beautiful creations in this universe. A wild child, even the felines, for the felines, there's like the felines at one time were one of the wilder beings. Compared to the reptilians, the felines they always compete with each other. But the human took it to a whole new level. But you got all the alien beings are usually trying to outmatch each other. You have Palladian, you have Syrians. They're all, not all of them, but some groups are trying to beat each other or challenge each other to win at the game. So who can close this world up as it's been closed? A lot of some, we're not going to mention who brought your China here, not at this time, but your Arcturians are connected to it, but it's not the Arcturians. But there are alien species that brought your China energies here, or Asia in general, to lock the world down. Because it was out of control. The world was, I mean, yes, there was Asian energies here before, but the China culture came in. Wonder why it's so king-like? Because that's what it is. Not exactly it's king of the universe, but in places it does act like that. So domination, yes, you give a lot of credit to your Anunnaki, but your Asian China or Asian energies play a big role also of evolving society. It's all a mixture. There are Asian Anunnakis, definitely. As it's basically Babylon was just the center point to unlock your planet to allow other beings to connect. Atlantis played a role in this, but Babylon was like the second calling for other beings to come here. And your World War II, not all beings agree. Not all beings agree with this word of there was an alien call for more beings to connect here. Just say that that's like a primitive way of looking at it, but you always had an alien presence here. This world's always been taken seriously. Now, many alien beings say it wasn't taken seriously, but actually it was. If you can create an atom bomb here, an atomic energy, trust me, you're being watched very closely. And it was allowing you to decide what's right for yourselves. It had to learn. Earth had to learn those lessons of the two bombs, and of course during the Cold War, it had to learn that too. So you can have your fun, but you can't destroy the world as much as many beings wanted to do so. Of course, there's a lot of those bombs hit a lot of your Earth's past too. We're just going to say that. Because those atomic bombs shift the timelines also. Make things a little bit more fuzzy of your Earth's past. And then you can create a fake history as you have today. Your fake history is like you're putting yourselves in a bubble, and now you're here to break yourselves out. So many of you will have, I would call it like conspiracy theories of your ancient world, where many of you are connected to so many diverse versions of Earth, or like the Romans flew in flying cars, things of that kind. You're going to see your ancient times much differently. It is time to basically unravel your planet once and for all. And also recognize other versions of Earth, because they're all interconnected too. Because a lot of those versions of Earth are assisting you as of like right now as we speak. So we'll just leave it at that. Thanks.